you no more fit for praise.
You don't do well for we, Papa tell me oh.
Good morning and welcome to yet another edition of the Epic Morning Show. We come to you live from studios at Hillcourt Road on 99.3 FM. Also, we are live on Slick TV on channel 37. So wherever you there, you can restart your TV now and watch we live. Also, don't forget to like we Facebook pages, Slick TV and Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Now this morning on the show, we will talk about the manifestos of both APC and SLPP, on which of the two able for guarantee food security in 5 years, especially since both political parties, they assert say agriculture they are the center of them plan if the people of Sierra Leone vote them in come June 24th, 2023 elections. Now we go take a deep dive into them plans them, how realistic the plans them be, and which means they intend for use for achieve them plans them they, if them win the elections. But first thing first, make we start with a morning message of motivation when I arise. Now this morning, we message of motivation about patience. Now there was once a very beautiful village, Usa you get 4 families them. Now one of these families move to the city for start a business with just little savings and financial help from their close circle. They open a shop. On the very first day, the man woke up very early. He go in shop, he open, he sit on day, but there was no customer. He do this for all through the first week, yet still, he not get no customer. Even after a month, there was still no customer coming through for him. Now, during these difficult times, the family no lose hope. Every day, the man they wake up very early, he gets ready for opening shop. He wife prepare for him small food, and in the night, he close in shop very late and come back now house. Now, because of the financial constraint where the family be faced during this time, they only able afford 1 meal per day. Now after the close of 2 months, then get them first customer. Now when the man get this in first customer, it treat him so well to the point say that particular customer they now go around and begin to tell everybody in the community how good the shop is. And before you know it, a shop will only be to get 1 customer a day. We not even be to get customer for the first months that I open, begin get lots of customers every day. But yet still, this man continue for wake up very early, for go open the shop and close very late. The moral of the story, now the fact say, time can test with patience, but during such difficult times, we not forever let ourselves give up or even despair or go into the atmosphere where we begin things say, we're not good enough or it's not working. And as well, we need to develop the mindset of never giving up, an attitude for build patience and get success. Had it been that this man, for the first 1 month way open, we not get customer, we don't lose hope and just not go open in shop again, he would not have had the success story we get. So for you they out there, if not business you they do, you they work, or you they do anything so far, try for imbibe the culture of patience, because you never know, just that day where you they think of giving up might just be your glory day.
People and they stress themselves, some they kill themselves. As for me, I be myself. It's the return of the mojo, man. I hope you understand. One day, the time go come. One day, the time go come. One day, the time go come. One day, one sound no for say. One day, the time go come. One day, the time go come. One day, the time go come. One day, one sound no for say. So every day, every night I dey pray, because I want to make God look me way. And I don't care about anything you they say, as long as I know for say. If I try, I fail, I go try again. No go ever stop because I get me in. Every day and night I dey do the same thing, hey. And I don't care, if I don't get money, I go here. If I don't get body, I don't care, as long as I know for say, yeah. One day, the time go come. One day, the time go come. One day, the time go come. One day, one sound no for say. One day, the time go come. One day, the time go come. One day, the time go come. One day, one sound no for say. Say you go do it till you want, gonna run away. But try to talk about it in I don't say. The things that way they make man, they go astray. Now the same thing that way they make man. Cause I want to live my life so cool and easily. Once I know.
In 2021, the US Department of Commerce pulled out a report. And inside this report, then states say over 80% of the foodstuffs them we they consume in a saloon are something we import from other country them. Yet saloon get an estimated fertile land of about 5.4 million hectares. However, out of this 5.4 million hectares fertile land, 75% of this amount of land still remains uncultivated, where generally they contribute towards the increased dependency on imported rice in the country. And every year, Salone they spend over 240 million on importation annually. Now, improving domestic rice production, now one important way for help reduce import fees and create jobs them. This is something we can be looked at as a central pillar towards the country in national development plan. Now, with the approach elections, within our political parties them plan how much success they intend to achieve when it comes to agriculture. How realistic are those plans? Because over and over again, I feel we don't see plans them from different political parties, elections in, elections out. But the question now is, how guaranteed are those plans for ensure food sufficiency in 5 years? Another thing we will get for can discuss in other studios this morning.
Say, yeah. One day the time will come. One day the time will come. One day the time will come. One day one sound no for say. One day the time will come. One day the time will come. One day the time will come. One day one sound no for say. So you go do it till you want, gonna run away. But try to talk about it in I don't say. The things that way they make man, they go astray. Now the same thing that way they make man. Cause I want to live my life so cool and easily. Once I know, see the family day with me. Smile if I want for, laugh if it's rich. Nothing always stop me, I don't care. If I don't get money, I go here. If I don't get It's body alotia.
Okay, welcome back. This morning at the studios, I'm being joined by Desmond Pesima, winner, the chairman of the Sierra Leone People's Party, North America. Good morning and welcome to the studios. Good morning. Thank you. As well, we expect Abubakar Darami, winner, a member of the All People's Congress media team. Mr. Pesima, we will not waste any time. We'll get straight into it. Now, President Biodun Dinapa for 5 years on agriculture. In 2018, he campaigned on the platform of agriculture. You think, say, so far, the government were able to deliver on that promise day from 2018 first, before we come to, of course, the general things?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Of course, in 2018, where President Bide campaigned for make Sierra Leoneans then give him trust for lead the country. The president and flagship program na be education. Mm-hmm. And he embedded inside in human capital development project. And inside the human capital development agenda where the president put, it been get three major sectors then way they try for make sure say he address. But primarily education be tackled in first round. Mm-hmm. Then three areas there are health, agriculture, and of course education. You ask the question if the president deliver on agriculture. And yes. I will tell you, say yes. The president deliver hugely on agriculture because if we compare whose side it take the country and as far as agriculture is concerned and whose side left farm, we all will agree. We'll be there in a situation wherein rice production be there at the lowest. Will not even be there, they not be there consider we as far as production of rice. The country been they produce less than 1.5 tons of rice per HA. Under His Excellency in leadership, we increased that to almost 2 tons of rice per HA. So I want to tell you, say, the president deliver on that. When it comes to giving the farmers them the tools what they need and the resources, government being supply farmers then tractors and power tillers then in total amount of over 400 across the country. Government support farmers them, local farmers them, more than 3,000 local farmers them for make them give them the support and the tools for make them produce rice. You look at the youth in agriculture project. Government make sure say empower youth them, follow they engage in agriculture. Government support over 4,000 youth them, for make them be empowered for engage in agricultural activities. For sure, saying self committed to that. Okay. He established what they call the Tomabom Rice Project. Okay.
On that particular point, Mr. Pesima, in 2021, the president launched the Sierra Leone Regional Rice Value Chain Project, now the one where you just mentioned, the Tomabom Project, now Bonth District. And now that launching day, the president emphasized food security, probably now the most critical pillar for achieve human capital development. We, of course, as you say, now be the platform we run on. And if we believe at that time, say, by the time the Tomabom project, they go into full operation capacity, the project will minimize the large scale of importation of rice into the country and reduce cost on government. However, this is 2023. From 2021, you feel, say, the Toma Bomb project don't in any way materialize in the reality sense. For
The Toma Bomb project, because of course where His Excellency be launch am, till we say again for address a large scale, across the whole country for say just for that Toma Bomb project.
No, but the exact words would minimize.
Will minimize exactly
the large scale of importation.
Right. So it not mean say now all over the country. Now, if I follow the understand, then semantics then they minimize large scale. So if it be done day, for example, 100, all right, if you minimize them by 10%, you have helped minimize that large scale, all right? That is what he meant. And not forget, say, from 2021, where President be launched down there to now, all right, this is not no excuse, but Sierra Leone and the world don't suffer a huge interruption in terms of economic programs, in terms of the way the world they move. You know, say, Ebola and coronavirus come and interrupt hugely into so many government programs then. But yet, government remains steadfast and committed to its promises. So listen, the Toma Bomb Rice Project, that for tell you, say, the president serious and it determined for move food security go before. And now make I explain to listener then, where president be they talk about food security, he know exactly what he mean. Food security not to just forget rest, Boku. Not to just, for say, they don't plant cassava yanda. Food security means, say, the people them, get access to food physically, and they get access to food economically. And not only any kind of food wey nutritious, and food wey of them preference. All right? So the president not only focus in fight for make Sierra Leone be sustainable as far as food security is concerned through agriculture, he also include other sectors then. You look at the health sector. For let somebody able get access to food, you understand that you got to make sure say there is improved health sector in the country.
Yes, but the point is Mr. Pessima. The point we did talk about really now because we want to establish the connection. And of course, now the future we want to look forward to more. The reason we make a mention the Toma Bomb Rice Project now, of course, because you mention them, and it's the point is. It don't in any way minimize the large scale of importation because you talk about external shocks, which of course not a reality, the COVID-19 and all. But one for things say, now the very reason that we make something like the Toma Bomb Rice Project D, so that Sierra Leone go able to produce for itself, for reduce that external dependency.
I just don't give you figure.
So when the world they face such kind of external shocks, we go there in a good place for respond.
Exactly.
Think.
And by that you have to increase in your rice production, for example. All right, and the production of other food and wood they eat. And I just don't give you data. Say as of date. In fact, now from this 2024 and 23, what we'll see on so right now, we rice production don't increase. Now we produce as about 900,000 metric tons of rice. All right now, which means say. The waiting His Excellency be say, all right, is still committed to them, despite them global challenges. And believe it or not, if will not be the increase in reproduction of them local food and the rice, it be for them on away. Because mind you, population is not constant. Population, nothing where they move, they change. Because every day then they give birth to people. People they migrate and things they happen. So the more the population they increase, the need for consumer food they increase. And if you not get that local production we're able for cushion that, it is skyrockets your importation. And that's the president, the Fed. And in a manifesto, it also don't outline so many things that way it don't put in place, where it committed to in terms of increasing we country in budget allocation to agriculture by 10%.
Yes,
which is very, very important because if you want for grow food in large scale, you have to invest in it. All right. You also have to encourage other partners to make them support them in day. And I draw the connection between all the other sectors there in agriculture because you cannot agriculture or food security is not a standalone entity. You get for connecting to the other. Enterprises them with, for example, the mining. You get for also connect to the education. Because if people don't have the correct education, they're not able to engage in large-scale farming.
And that's exactly
Right.
the point. Adikam, that's exactly the point. The point where you just make about increasing budgetary allocation to 10%. Now, looking at the Sierra Leone People's Party 2018 manifesto, inside that very manifesto, it is as well stated that if the people of Sierra Leone be elect una, where of course they did, una go increase budgetary allocation on agriculture to 10%. It be daddy. So one go want for no, waiting at the difference between the 10% mentioned in 2018, where of course, and the 10% now, the 10% now we already mentioned in this 2023 regarding the 2023 election, waiting go change. How dan they in any way go able for ensure rice or agriculture productivity in the country?
Now, make I tell you, a lot they change. The president outlined the gains that we make in agriculture in this manifesto. And I don't explain to you now some of them gains that they will make. And I make commitment. I want for make you look at them commitments then they we president make. Now make what come, I get the manifesto with we, so we be able to look at them and see how President himself committed to, making sure that waiting with they say about agriculture, we able for meet them. One, the 10% where they talk about that they increase the production level by investing not only into the produce them, the input them, how they call it in agricultural terms, when are the seeds, the fertilizers, and also machineries. All right, for make you go able to produce at higher level, you need more money. All right, and the reason we could be excel now because we increase budgetary allocation, we enact policy reform them, we engage in policies them. We help for increased rice production and make sure, say, even when there is large scale of supply chain, now the whole world, Sierra Leone still gets constant supply of rice, both locally and also internationally. Even the loans then where government be they give rice people and way they engage in farming. Government be they give them loans at a single digit interest rate. Okay. And then they get for continue. Because now all land in a way then we would they use for encourage farmers then. Okay. Government also get for make sure say even at the mining areas then, mining companies are going to be encouraged for make them engage in farming because the people and when they relocate from their communities, then they go to new communities. And part of the resettlement program now for make them engage in agriculture. So
now
the mining companies
the
are going to be part of that.
Yes, thank you. You mentioned the aspect of the commitment with the president don't make inside the manifesto. I feel one important question with the people in mind, now not just about the commitments, but how una as a government, SLPP of course, if una be elected once again, how una intend for achieve them commitments there. Because I have read the manifesto, and the things them we day inside this 2023 manifesto are not so far from some of the things we already be inside the 2018 manifesto. Of course, when I mentioned about, I think most of the things now, Nayana, the thing of stepping up, scaling up, most of the things we already be mentioned inside the 2018 manifesto. So the question is, how? Not just about making commitments, but how?
Now, when you read the Presidency Manifesto, and if we are very, very committed to the people, it's not just about, it outlines to we how they do them things then. All right? It tell we say, it make sure say, the farmers then get enough, seeds, then get enough fertilizers, then get enough machineries where they help them for produce at a large scale level. It also talk about policy reforms, where it encourage even government appointees for make them engage in farming. Because rice production or production of food where they sustain their economy, you get to make sure say everybody engage in them. Not to just few people, not to just the business farmers, but also people that will engage with in governance, mining sector, ordinary Sierra Leoneans. They encourage them for make them increase, for make them participate in farming.
On that very point, on the commitments, for encourage everybody for participate. We see after the election of President Bio into governance, he make a statement that all ministers of government go involved in agriculture and things like that.
And we see so many of them.
I want to ask you now, as a representative Nayasu, on a scale of 1 to 10. What's the percentage of the amount of ministers them presently in government we actually involve.
That I cannot
in
tell you because I
agriculture?
not get the data on that. I'm not able to tell you, say, out of 30 ministers, then 17 engage in farming. If I sit down there and talk down there, I go to lie. I know one for
Okay, well, let's put it on a percentage level.
All right.
I'm not asking for the specific
I
number.
cannot, but what I will tell you is that there are ministers and there are other government appointees who are engaged in farming. All right. Then they in farming are then local communities, then are then villages, are then towns, then they do them. But I know can't sit down there and call them, say this person here they engage in farming, that person they or so percentage they engage in farming.
Yeah,
Because
actually, that
I have
not be the question.
I have not put the data in place,
Okay,
and I
fair
cannot
enough.
speak to it.
Fair enough.
But wait till I go for wait till I want for make Sierra Leoneans they know now that His Excellency and drawing the connection, because there's so many times people feel say now just to make you go count boku tractors them, boku rest, boku fertilizer and this now they give you food security. No, the president in commitment now food security now make you say feed Sierra Leone. Now the first point from the big five then we outline. They say feed Sierra Leone, meaning we get for position we serve as a country, wherein we go able for feed we serve. All right. Where president say feed Sierra Leone, they not talk saying that in the camp every month or every week, establish food banks they all over the place, then go and give people them food. Wait till mean that we as a nation, we as a people of Sierra Leone, we all need for come together and join and see the need for make we able for feed we serve, for make we able for sustain we serve in terms of now. When I say food security, you get forget access, the economic access to food, all right? Which means even me we're not a farmer, I get access to food unlimitedly because I have the resources.
Okay.
I have the intellectual capacity for earn a living. I get what it take for make I get money for get the kind of food where I need, the nutritious food where I need, the food of my choice. And that is what His Excellency is doing.
Okay.
He is empowering every sector. He is empowering every Sierra Leonean. All right? The huge investment in education. Now a platform where is set because when we talk about agricultural production, we also need engineers.
Now that
right?
brings me to the
engineers.
to the next question.
So if you let me finish this talk
Okay,
quick.
please.
When they talk about agriculture, and large scale production and food security, you need every aspect. You need nurses, you need doctors for able for treat, the agricultural workers them. You need engineers them for work on with plants them, with machineries and everything. You need the lawyers them for write them big contracts them, for write the programs them where agriculture they engage in. I mean where people and they engage in as far as agriculture is concerned. So investing in education at all the level then they help for also support the food production and also the food security of the country.
Okay, so let me come back to the economic value. You talk about the aspect that it's not just about producing, not also, but the economic value to the point say even me we know to farmer be able to get access to food. Now that now one of the areas them where I feel now concern for every Sierra Leonean, the economic value of the things them even what they produce now. For the last 5 years, you mentioned say they've been tremendous improvement in terms of rice production, but the trickle down effects no day yet. Then they are something where maybe the ordinary Sierra Leonean go want for say. When or during this second time when we had a campaign for now, the platform of feeding Sierra Leone.
If you say the trickle down effects not there, that is very subjective.
No,
right?
it's subjective. I understand.
It's subjective.
So I just come with the question.
No, I'm clear that side.
No, I come with the question. Then
okay,
you clear
go ahead.
everything.
I will clear everything.
Waiting I want for ask now the economic value of waiting on the promise now, how it get for BLEC, because I mean giving 100,000 tractors to farmers alone, it's not just enough like that. And giving, empowering farmers with seeds and all, until the ordinary man able to go to market and buy rest at a cost way okay, then I think then we're there. But anyways, when we get back, you definitely answer all of that. I'm one. But for now, let me go for a short break.
Samuel. The better way you can save. Do ya watch me shop for me quick and go pay me business license.
Yeah, you still take this long waka. Pass it come out here, boom, for go pay your business license. You don't know say you can pay your business license through Orange Money. It's so easy.
Yeah, for true. Tell me more about this.
Better way don't come back to go Orange Money. Orange Money don't give you easy way for pay your business license. All you get for do now for dial
#144# and press send. Select 3, make payment and press send. Select 5, City Council and press send. Select 3 for Bo City Council. Select 4 for Kenema City Council. Select 5 for Koidu New Sembeu City Council and press send. Select 2 business license and press send. Enter amount and press OK. Enter business identification number and press OK. Enter business name and press OK. Confirm your amount and business identification number. Enter your PIN and confirm your payment.
Orange.
Bobita, that property tax payment, it don't pass so, and I really need for payment today. But I get important meeting back for Kango, and me I confused like a man or lie. How I go able pay this property tax today?
Honey, why you dey worry yourself? You know say you can pay for property tax to Orange Money?
For school? Tell me more.
Better way don't come back through Orange Money. Orange Money give you easy way for pay you business license. All you get for do now, dial #144# and press send. Select 3, make payment and press send. Select 5, City Council and press send. Select 3 for Bo City Council. Select 4 for Kenema City Council. Select 5 for Koidu New Sembeu City Council and press send. Select 1 for property tax and press send. Enter amount and press OK. Enter property number and press OK. Enter first name and press OK. Enter second name and press OK. Confirm amount and property number. Enter your PIN and confirm your payment.
Good morning once again. If you just dey join we, don't forget say you dey listen to Epic Radio, Epic Morning Show on 99.3 FM. You can also watch we live on Facebook at Epic Radio 99.3 FM, and we also dey live on TV on Slick TV channel 37. And viewers and listeners, don't forget to get the opportunity for add your voice to the discussion in the studios this morning. The number where you could get for call now 079-994-993. 079-994-993. Good morning, Mr. Darami. You're welcome to the studios.
Yes, good morning to Epic Radio and Slick TV, and good morning to our listeners and viewers out there.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Pesima, you be just a round of your thoughts on a particular point on the economic value.
Trickle-down effect. I want to make we Salon people understand, say, change na a gradual process. All right, you know they begin grow rest today, you say tomorrow the price of rice go down. You know begin grow rest yesterday, you say, today you forgo buy rice 10 million for cup. No, it's not realistic, and nobody not go sit down there and tell me, say, that they expect. Waiting the one for see, and waiting the government and President Bio committed to, and for ensure say create them platform, then they put activities and enact policies that in place, we then ensure say we increase and we rise production. And as a gradual process, we will see the effect. And the impact of rice production or food security in our country is not just limited to having a lot of food in the market or having cheap price of rice. It also ensures, as I've stated, that people then forget access to the food. And we as a nation will be able for at least produce most of the food and what they eat. We're going to help for minimize. And we're not always, His Excellency, committed to minimize food importation. All right? So the trickle-down effect, now that the one that the local farming communities, all right, then get lower cost of local food rice than when they buy. And also government don't ensure, say, we continue for get enough food and we are available for everybody.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Darami, the All People's Congress, once again, the campaign for be elected, and when I don't release a manifesto, so I want to get 10 pillars them we get for aid in the delivering on a mandate if elected for the people of Sierra Leone. Now, one of such pillars we very much important, we stand out now, the one we get for do with agriculture. Now, the government as well they run on a platform of agriculture. You go on for tell listeners and viewers, waiting at the difference, which difference we the APC get, the value of the APC manifesto over that of on agriculture specifically, over that of other manifestos even.
Thank you very much. I'll tell you, say, the All People's Congress manifesto completely different from within the SLPP government don't poorly do. First of all, then they talk about tractors, they then come in. Under the APC, when we bring tractors and come in, we give them to the farmers But under the SLPP, we then bring tractors and come in, then give them to SLPP members, SLPP politicians. Like, for example, the tractors in Akambia, then give to the former Deputy Minister Sam King Brahma, we put one Ghanaian lady in the head. You go to Kailaun, then give the financial secretary, and they run the tractors. And you go to Bont, then give the tractor to the former Minister of Agriculture, Joseph Dynema. You go to various places, I can go on and on, district after district. You go to Potloko. Somebody, you know, one day they hold on.
Lies after lies.
You go to, I have the list, I have the names.
Yes, Mr. Pesima,
when you go to
Well, he cannot come to the radio
Potloko,
and fabricate
when you
stories.
go to I am not fabricating story. When you go to Potloko, then give the tractors into somebody. You know, one day Sabi what agriculture business, top man, where they do music business. I'm not telling I say then give to somebody. I'm calling names specifically, and I can give you the numbers of the operative and the bank account and all that is one. This is now why President being agricultural policy don't fail. The second part about it is when you talk about agriculture, you get for first of all talk about production and productivity. Talking about production and productivity, you get for make sure so you get seeds where the germination percentage is way more than 80%. The moisture content is way more than 80%. So that way the yield go increase. But going to Tomabom, I can feel pity Sunday for the president or somebody thinks he can do. Hopefully, maybe it gets good intention. But you go to Tomabom now, the Tomabom Rice Project where President Brio go launch day, where they say they go plant rice in this country. Go now anti-corruption. Let's go see the Tomabom Project, Bunwide and then anti-corruption for that particular case day, of which it don't take over 6 months. Then not they pay the workers then at that particular project day, where for scale up the rice production. Then you find out that the workers are waiting at Tomabom. Now the seed rice, now and they sell now for making get money. That's another part. On the other hand, about agriculture, you have to understand agriculture properly. I think say the people already advise the president on the agricultural sector, they don't mislead them. First of all, the acidity on the soil in Sierra Leone. Right, you get to know the acidity content or percentage in the soil in Sierra Leone. For the north, it's about 15.7% acidity. For the south in Tomabom, you have about 3.2% acidity. Then the water the way they use for irrigation is iron toxic. So if you get to use them, you get to know wait till you don't get the yield per pilot. And the yield, the highest yield you don't get in Sierra Leone is about 2.8 tons to 3 tons per hectare.
The highest ever.
Okay, Mr. Darami.
The highest ever under His Excellency.
The point is, I'm
giving Mr. Pesima.
I know. But the point is, the question was.
In fact, under APC, the tractors now sell them.
Mr. Pesima Adikam.
They don't even the tractors. They don't even go na the district than where they're supposed to go.
Gentlemen.
They call district than where the tractor reach.
Gentlemen.
And people and they use them.
Gentlemen, the question is. Gentlemen, the question.
Those tractors.
Please let me listen with you. Mr. Darami, the question is, you don't spend a lot of time, of course, talk about the lapses and the faults of President Bio in terms of agriculture.
Yes.
But now
it's because they don't have any plan for
the question where I feel people really interested in you answering
I want to go
is how the APC can do better. Waiting there inside the APC manifesto that is so different, we're able to guarantee food sufficiency in 5 years.
Okay, wait to make I go back. I want for the people to understand where we were and where we are and where we're going to. So I don't tell people.
As the former PRO,
I want to make you hold on to me.
Mr. Pesima,
I want to hold on this particular topic about agriculture. I like you call all the ministers, no president, bureau, put in agriculture and the director general. They cannot match me. Let me come in. When you talk about agriculture inside the One Nation Manifesto under Dr. Samora Matthew Wilson Kamara, first thing we do is soil sample and soil test up at district level. We make sure we look at the various crops where we know them various crops and they can absorb them soil acidity level. For example, can you hold on?
Mr. Pesima, allow him to land.
Can you hold on?
Wait,
can you
had
hold
your
on?
time.
If I ask
Allow
Mr. Pesima, who side and they do soil tests and soil sample, I ask him about the soil samples of different districts. So my man God sabi. So I beg, don't go there. I've given you the percentages. Let me come in. One thing where we do under the One Nation Manifesto of Dr. Samora Kamara, we check the soil test and soil sample of different districts where don't be done before by IITA, right, and SLARI and all, and we get all them soil tests and soil samples, and I make us say, President Bio maybe intend good when people in our Ministry of Agriculture, not agriculturists, don't fail them. One thing they do, it's not our right cultivation, I'll tell you, right? You get for going to cash crops. And when you look various cash crops of whether it's cocoa, coffee, palm oil, and cassava, some of these crops, they are acidic tolerance. And when you plant one, and the yield will increase. And when the yield increases, they put money in the pocket of the farmers. For example, one bag cocoa now we market, right? One bag cocoa at the local market now. It's about 6 or 7 million leones.
Okay.
So if you push cocoa, you move them up. When you sell one bag cocoa,
Okay.
you're able to buy 8 to 10 bags of
So
rice.
now
So
the question is,
we are talking about commercial.
yes, you don't talk about soil
testing.
testing. You don't talk about soil testing.
Uh-huh.
And where you say now something first way, now the very first point.
That's the first point.
Now the starter point,
Yes.
for UNA.
No,
yes.
that's the first point in agriculture. If you don't get
No,
soil
well,
testing,
that's the
soil
first
sampling-
point in the One Nation Manifesto.
Yes.
Good. The question now where somebody go want for ask, now the fact say, is it that...
too much time?
Yeah, no.
You've been here all this
You've
while.
been here since morning.
You've been here.
And
If you
please,
want all this time, buy your time. Yes.
gentlemen, we're having a discussion. And everybody they get in time for, of course, everybody they get in time for making point, yeah? One question we person go one for ask, now the fact say, the APC had 10 years in power. And you talk about all of the soil testing and all of it. Is it that these ideas were not there? Because going back to your 2018 manifesto, these are things that were there. And this 2023, these are things as well we not upgrade on, we still did it. But the thing is, there was the youth farm project where beget lots of things them inside. As a matter of fact, the commissions of inquiry be described as a sham. And that was an agricultural project. So how you want for speak to that? How the people of Sierra Leone go able for trust say, yes, indeed, the very APC that was in power 10 years, we're not able to guarantee food sufficiency, can guarantee food sufficiency come this 2023 if they're elected into power.
You talk about the youth farm. Let me start from there. The youth farm actually was under the Ministry of Youth.
Yes, I know, but it was an agricultural program.
Can I come in?
Yes, please.
The youth farm was under the Ministry of Youth, where Ministry of Agriculture with the support. And I will tell you up to 2018, the youth farm was there in Mashaka, of which in 2019, the First Lady and His Excellency the President then go to Mashaka, where then go recommission this youth farm, from where then continue with them. AYV covered that program live. If you go there now, the grassroots, the iPass Bank of Salone. There was a farm there. It was a pilot farm, not a farm way for feed the nation. It was a pilot farm. Also, they bring youth, then come from different districts. You come train them, then get the expertise and always support them with tools and mechanism and seeds, then go back to the district and go farm. But now go to Mashaka, the grass, a high pass Bank of Salone.
Yeah, but in as much as you say,
no, the president and the first lady, then go commission them. That's when they continue. That's when they continue. When you go there, the grass, a high pass Bank of Salone. Then let me come in on the. Can you, Mr. Pesima, can you hold on?
Where they go on right
Mr. Pesima, can you hold on? Mr. Pesima, you know what I do the same thing where you dey talk, lad, they interject. You know what I do? And Mr. Pesima, I am very good at that. I go tell you that. I'm very good at when you're talking to disturb you.
Gentlemen, can we stick to the point?
I'm sticking to the point. Talk to Mr. Pesima. He's not moderating.
So let's stick to
where
that.
Where are they talk through? Let's take pen, let land. Then they go help him. Let me. Don't tell me say I dey lie. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You
Mr. Pesima, don't tell me I'm lying.
Go,
Mr. Pesima, you know the moderating program. Don't tell me I am lying.
Youth in Agriculture project is booming.
Youth in Agriculture, and I felt project by the Minister of Youth and what's her name? Kalon. They don't inside both say this. Let them show me one side. Under SLPP government, so they don't pull one bag race. Let's call one chiefdom of district. They're not very successful. Let's show you one district or chiefdom. See over 100.
District.
Let's call one. You know, get one way go call.
Okay, gentlemen.
I will not allow him to talk.
Gentlemen,
I'm telling you.
Now we open the phone line for let we get with listeners and viewers for also joining and ask some questions. The number where you go call now 079 994 993. The discussion this morning is on food sufficiency. We're discussing at the studios this morning between the APC and the SLPP manifesto. Which of the two able for guarantee food sufficiency? When you call, please move away from your radio set and know say you only have 60 seconds when 1 minute for ask your question. We take the first call now.
Hello.
Good morning, you name and who you call from?
Good morning, I call from Godrich, New Jersey.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, so them program are very educated, but you guess, you know, Mr. Darami, let's realize it, and they're 11 years. You know, see anything you should know them make. You know, let you moderate the program. When who done a guest, who not do the thing, we did our also listen. Mr. Darami, not get anything. If who not don't do well, who believe say 2023, we don't cancel, the people of this country go no say APC not do well. 11 years. Please, Lord, learn for the correct thing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Please, the phone line for ask questions and all. You can get opportunity for giving comments later. Now, Mr. Pesima, on the point of we still depend the economic value of agriculture. We are feeling a very, very important point. But then before you come yes, let's just go with the economic value of agriculture. Mr. Darami claims that since the SLPP didn't power on unable to produce one bag rice. I think you landed enough. Okay.
100% increment under the SLPP. Complete failure.
Hello, good morning. You name and who side you call from?
It's not a global crisis. Guinea rest now 200,000 a day. 5 years.
Hello, good morning. You name and who side you call from? We take calls now, gentlemen. Yes.
Now, Ali Dumbuya, they call you from east part of Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think Sierra Leoneans them don't really know the APC and the SLPP whether they're serious for take care of Sierra Leoneans them. Under the era of the former president Dr. Anes Baikuma, what he always call Angbala in the rock, we don't even see agriculture beyond the show results to the ordinary people. Even at the local markets, they beyond the bag rest them. And to me, according to the promise of His Excellency President, the current president in 2018, and waiting Sierra Leoneans they don't go through so, all areas are a fail, including agriculture, because a bag of rice, 200,000 yesterday, 2018, today it go to 800,000. Shameful for any administration where say the past administration not be sabi manage economy, where then come within 6 months, they will make turnaround. The turnaround today, people are dying with sufferation, that the most unhappy nation because of
thank
hunger
you.
in the world.
Thank you very much. Thank you. 079-994-993 at the number where you could call for ask you questions and guess them go subsequently provide answers to them questions then they will not ask. Good morning, your name and who side you call from?
Mina Rugias of Juba.
Please go ahead.
First and foremost, this radio station, a reputable radio station, when I go to bring people, then they would be honest with themselves and they're honest with the people. The question when you asked purely was about the APC, the manifesto, not to focus explain about President Bio in business. We know this country, before, whenever this country began do independence and everything, only SLPP they bring agriculture in this country. Now they can call and say, Sierra Leone pour money from Banga, then sell all the tractors in other country. Now, this man don't can 11 years, Mr. Darame Dinde, as now agriculture is sabi. They not able to put anything in place. Today, the talk say Samora get the best manifesto about agriculture. Let them watch how the voting they take place.
Okay, thank you very much. 079-994-993 now the number where you go call for add your voice to the program this morning. This morning we did discuss about agriculture, the APC or the SLPP manifesto, which one get the potential for guarantee food sufficiency. Good morning, your name and who side you call from?
This is a bumper they call from St. John.
Please go ahead.
I tell Darami plenty thank you for explicit explanation. But waiting me broader from the incumbent in the field for realize we all see this tumor boom. We they use $34 million. They say for all the seed no more. What about the other side? 2 years, 30 days we not able to see. And look at the time where the president come in power. Our media now 800,000. So waiting they will get home for. Not I may say for tell the people them. Look about say 6.9 million of Sierra Leoneans. They go to bed with hunger, starvation, and abject poverty. What do you feel say SLPP get for proof to the people them? At this particular point in time, look about say how the economy is, and look who side the one don't pull agriculture before. Now the late Pakaba, 9 close SLPMB.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. 079-994-993 now the number where you go call for add your voice to the program this morning. Good morning, your name and who side you call from?
And inside I call from Central.
Please go ahead.
To me or to the party there, nobody will tell me anything about agriculture, everything on pass within the last few years. APC, go read the Commission of Inquiry report. May you see adding waste money at the Ministry of Agriculture. You see a principal or chief accountant at the ministry, and the man will say now he invents how you call this, Norika Rest, they sign blank checks for who give away money offline. Come they come to the SLPP. President Biosef not a good example on agriculture. Because here is a man, we don't come out and confess openly. See, he come out overseas, he can do agriculture for buy produce. He fail. In fact, generally, now man, they don't ever do anything.
Okay, thank you. 079-994-993, now the number we go call for add your voice to the program this morning. Good morning, your name and who you call from?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name and who you call from?
Okay, I call from Central.
Your name?
Yeah, me and Mustafa.
Please go ahead.
Yes, yeah, one talk, me and the first time this I call here, but everybody really go sit down at that table down at 4-1 building, she want to be light away. They got punished, they never give them trouble. I mean,
Waiting are you questions, sir? Okay, thank you very much. Please, when we call, we try for be as civil as possible. The reason why we open the phone line, now for let you call, make you comments or ask a question. Good morning, your name and who you call from?
Hello, this is a concerned citizen, the caller from Freetown.
Concerned citizen, go ahead.
Yeah, but the two panelists they within our radio, sir. May God sorry for we all here and you. May God make you be better leaders. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, two people we don't fail saloon. Would they wish no more one day we get a better political party beside them two political party there. That they cause all the problems in this country, all what we go through, and then two political party there. So therefore, the shame of themselves, for then I radio, they tell people and say, food, they look everything they go up in the market. Not SLPP, not AP, but them both contribute. Nobody knows who feeds alone. So thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. 079-994-993, now the number we go call for add your voice to the program this morning. Good morning, your name and who you call from?
good morning.
Hello? You go please move away from your radio set. Okay, we lost that caller there. 079-994-993, now the number where you go call. Good morning, your name and who you call from? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning, your name and who you call from?
I call from Leicester Road.
Your name?
My name is Abigail.
Okay, please go ahead.
What do they say? Then two parties. The thermal bomb will not hear nothing. Then, for where this current government can have power, we not see what they do. Then, what thing again for tell right now they so we not the woman then go na market right now. Fish, if you not get 25,000, you know they teach you, my brother. The other day policy and can for right now. The last government be better, but right now thing they tranga for we. Now we they go market like you woman 100,000 you not do. Be with the baby. When they left for the light when I say the two parties don't pull the country.
Okay, thank you very much. We go close the phone line for now. Back to me studio guests them, Mr. Darami and Mr. Pesima. Now I already don't listen the questions and concerns of the people. I'll start with you, Mr. Pesima. Now, the concerns revolve around agriculture. Half of the callers them, they are sad say agriculture. Now a complete failure, ranging from APC to SLPP. And then stress on the economic value of production on agriculture in itself. Most of the things them we produce in the country now, they are more expensive than the things them we would import even. Say for example, yam. If you want to eat yam, you want for eat cocoa, it's really expensive. Or even we own rice where we produce now, wala rice, it's expensive as well. So the focus is for answer them questions there. How you feel, say the SLPP manifesto, they able to assure Sierra Leoneans, say agriculture no go be a failure if you are elected. The economic value go be something way enough for write home about, yeah? And of course, how you able to assure them, say, this time around, we not go get projects them way we need for further explain. We will need for rely on theory. We will not see the practicality of them.
Okay, I want to say thank you to we callers and the one them already listen. We don't participate in the program this morning. The agriculture now, of course, people People's Manifesto.
That's for talk because
His
Garina on
Excellency
4,000 for COP.
make
You're
sure
able
say-
for do nothing.
His Excellency
Per mine
make
don't
sure
go
say-
16,000 for
Mr. Darami,
pints.
I go
Per mine
let
don't
I go
go
let follow you.
16,000
I go let follow you.
You be
allow.
for that one.
No, but
per mine
no,
don't go
no,
16,000 for
no,
pints. We don't
no,
do nothing.
no.
Get
Allow
3,000.
Mr. Pesima.
Gary 500 now na 4,000.
Mr. Darami, allow Mr.
Even
Pesima.
Ogri self don't go
Allow Mr.
2,000.
Pesima
I
to
wanna,
answer the
I wanna.
questions.
Listen,
I know,
why
but
they
you dey
talk?
get you time.
We
You
not go
get you
come on air
time.
today with-
No,
if
Mr.
we know
Pesima,
what
hold
it
on.
is.
You
So
dey get
just
you
get
time
for-
for answer the
February
questions.
Manifesto
them.
2017 fail this nation. Now
I don't apportion.
But this kind of
Gentlemen.
government we trust state,
Gentlemen.
it trust locally, it trust
Gentlemen,
internationally.
una want for
Say them
answer
broke the
the
economy.
una want for answer the people who
Them
dey
broke the
listen to
economy.
una then
Now
questions
the people
them.
who want for now the people who
Una
want
want
to
for
ask
listen.
question now they
Una
want
want
for
for answer the
Mr.
questions them.
All right.
When it be the interjection
This
for the
APC
No, but I stopped
government
him.
for 11
It
years.
continue.
I stopped
For
him.
11
No, but
years.
yet still.
Then trust
you
they
don't
No,
face
no,
the
but
money
it is
where
stop.
where
Mr.
SLPP be
Pesima,
left.
Mr. Pesima, please. This time around, it's not about argument.
Exactly. It's
I
about
think-
why was
No,
he
wait.
arguing with me? I'm not
Wait.
there for
The
him.
platform.
Let
The
us be
platform
respectful
is
to the one then we don't take
Oh,
their time, they don't
you
call.
not be respectful
Then we
to them.
answer them.
Gentlemen,
we answer them question.
Gentlemen, the platform na for let una
Exactly.
discuss
No, we
and
why
tell.
educate people then?
Listen, explain.
But I stopped him.
When Gary don't reach,
I
when Gary
stopped
don't reach
him.
4,000 for
Mr.
COP,
Darami, Mr.
per man
Darami,
from
Mr.
2,500 now
Darami,
14,000.
Mr. Darami, let's be fair.
Let go ahead.
I don't allocate the same time to both of una. For let una able to respond to the critical concerns of the citizens.
We will.
They are the ones that are going to vote for
We
you.
will.
So please let's respect them
And the
enough.
people then they suffer.
Yeah, let we
You go
respect
na
them.
market
Let
now,
we
fish
respect
self
them
25,000.
enough.
Now, APC
Let we
create the
respect them
suffering.
enough for maintain decorum.
Problem one I
and
don't
free
create
to
for
the
11 years.
on this
Problem
Please
one I
let me
don't create for
total
11
failure.
years. And the gains we don't make in 5 years. It's far more better
Gain
than
parity.
APC
Gain
35 years
parity.
of ruling Sierra Leone.
Gain
Mr.
parity.
Let us
Pesima,
hold on.
continue.
I'll
Mr. Darama,
address the
please.
issue.
Mr. Pesima, continue.
Okay. So me they tell the listeners them plenty thinking. Some of them then
And
concern
tell
them
them
very
not vote
genuine.
president because
Then concern them
Mr.
very
Darami.
genuine.
Yes.
All right? Then genuine concerns them, and especially the one we get for deal with APC don't they?
Aha, Samuel. The better way you can save. Do ya? Watch me shop for me quick. I'll go pay me business license.
Eh? You still take by this long waka. Pass it come out here, boom, for go pay your business license. You don't know say you can pay your business license through Orange Money. It's so easy.
Eh? For true? Tell me more about this.
Better way don't come back through Orange Money. Orange Money don't give you easy way for pay you business license. All you get for do na for dial #144# and press send. Select 3, make payment and press send. Select 5, City Council and press send. Select 3 for Bo City Council. Select 4 for Kenema City Council. Select 5 for Koidu New Sembeu City Council and press send. Select 2 business license and press send. Enter amount and press OK. Enter business identification number and press OK. Enter business name and press OK. Confirm your amount and business identification number. Enter your PIN and confirm your payment.
Orange.
Obinta, that property tax payments, it don't pass so. And I really need for pay am today. But I get important meeting back for Kango. And me I confused right now, man, no lie. How I go able pay this property tax today?
Honey, why you dey worry yourself? You know say you can pay for property tax to Orange Money?
For school? Tell me more.
Better way don't come back through Orange Money. Orange Money give you easy way for pay you business license. All you get for do now, dial #144# and press send. Select 3, make payment and press send. Select 5, City Council and press send. Select 3 for Bo City Council. Select 4 for Kenema City Council. Select 5 for Koidu New Sembeu City Council and press send. Select 1 for property tax and press send. Enter amount and press OK. Enter property number and press OK. Enter first name and press OK. Enter second name and press OK. Confirm amount and property number. Enter your PIN and confirm your payment.
Okay, welcome back, listeners and viewers. You listen to Epic Radio and you listen to the Epic Morning Show on 99.3 FM. Back to you, Mr. Pesima.
Yes. So as they say, I want to tell we viewers, we listeners, then thank you and the way participate in the program. Then concerns them very, very good. Because when you look at the amount of years where APC stay in power and the agricultural programs that we then put in place, it failed the country. All right. As they say, we not see any tractors where we take over. We not inherit any tractor. We not inherit any power tiller. We not inherit any serious agriculture program. So the government began to start from scratch. In fact, there was no funding for support agricultural projects. And that make an Escroman be declared austerity. Because they take loans from central government, they take loans from the commercial banks, then take loans from IMF, then lost with trust in their institutions, then they, because we don't take over $1 trillion debt, we won't able to pay at all. All right, so His Excellency come and see them problem then and put systems in place. We see how many tractors then there. And I'm glad when my brother be they talk, the tractors then reach now the district then. Then go there, and right now you go to any district, then tractors, then then power tillers, then they work. All right? So that part of decentralization of the system. In fact, even the e-voucher system where government carries, for make sure say the fertilizer where farmer they need, now no more than get, and they go directly to the farmers then. All right? You are the farmer, you they take the seed, now you they take the fertilizer. And because of that, we see say wastage, we don't minimize them. But today, under the system, what to make we fail, then they go get a fertilizer, then give 1 grain person. Hey, there, nine had been the PRO for Ministry of Agriculture. And they take fertilizer and give 1 person. Then fertilizer, and then they end up in the market, then they sell them. Instead of we go to the farmers and support their activities then. And that make we see say, inside self-talk can say, rice production grow from 1% HA to almost 2%. All right? That is because of the policies then, where His Excellency and the Ministry of Agriculture don't put in place. So yes, again, as I've been saying, agriculture is not an isolated issue. You know, go keep them in isolation of the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, and everything. Because all these sectors, then they come together for boost agricultural productivity in the country. And they talk about soil sample and everything and this and that. With all those ideas, all those fancy soil sample, those terminology, agricultural terminologies, where you've been there as PRO, we don't see nothing. All right? And speaking to the increase in price of food now the market, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that at this particular point, the government, waiting we're able to do for make sure say we're able to get the food available, even with the supply chain crisis in the world. There are countries, they don't even get them. We talk about Liberia, then they can't have or can't buy rice. We have it in abundance when there is food crisis all over the world. All right? So that shows President Bio in government a responsible and I guess sorry heart for the people there. Because when they talk about the price of rice, now they say 700,000, 800,000. 1 grain bag of rice in the global market, where, for example, now America and they buy rice $25 per bag. Then 10 a day. Now they buy $70 a bag. Multiply $70 by we local exchange rate and see how much rice costs. So it's not only an Israeli issue. In fact, there are some countries where not get access to the internet. They not get them. But His Excellency don't make sure say we continue for supply even in the toughest global pandemic period when coronavirus. There are some shelves you go there in international market. You know they see the staple food. You know they see rice. You know they see other things then. It's not available. But His Excellency continue to make sure that we have adequate supply of rice. And now to the price of yam, price of wala rice and everything. Every day research they show the food and way nutritious and food and way very, very organic for everybody. The demand for them locally grown food and they don't go up. Because research don't so say they are organic and then good for the body more than the one that we import. So that make you find out say imported rice then and they're not there as far as the locally grown rice, as far as the yam then they talk. Because they are organic and more people they go in for them particular, even the rich folks. Now then particular commodities and they go in for. And as such, it is skyrocket the price.
Okay,
and
thank you very much.
Demand and supply.
Thank you, Mr. Pesima. Over to you, Mr. Darami. The same question. The people them don't mention the agriculture on a complete failure. Both under the APC 10 years and now under President Bio in 5 years. And the main concern about the economic value, not just about rice, but all other things them we produce as a country. With which assurance did they, under the APC, with the One Nation Manifesto, which assurance did they for Sierra Leoneans say all of these things them we they don't mention, ranging from agricultural failure, economic value, and all of them things, and which assurance where did they say it could be better?
Thank you very much. When you look at agriculture under the APC, yes, we've not been done rich there, but we start up by building 192 agricultural business centers all around the country for support the farmers and for get storage and processing facilities at the chiefdom level. when you look at the agricultural sector, we support companies them. During the APC, we've been getting Mountain Lion Agricultural Company in Abo and Lion Mountain Agricultural Company in Makini and Golden Mills Agricultural Company in Alunsar after Foredugu. When the company also we don't get up to the point where they don't begin to produce rice and we don't begin to bag rice and the rice and we at the market, of which SLPMB now be the conduit for bringing rice and into the market. We see the rice and they come to the market. Now, presently, then companies and they don't close because of higher taxes and all. Under the APC, when we push agriculture, invite foreign direct investment, we see companies like ADAX inside this country, where we support ADAX as a government, where ADAX begin for produce sugarcane and we begin export ethanol, where then they bring foreign exchange counter with country. Under the agricultural sector, under the APC, we bring a company called Sokfin Wena Pujonide. We plant over 15,000 hectares of banga, where then they process that banga to palm oil, and that palm oil they like today, then they export out of the country, and when they get that palm oil, they decolorize where paddy they use for make the oil where they now we local market now where we know they import oil again through paddy. Under the agricultural sector, we support various other agricultural companies like the one Kailan. Gold Tree, where instead of an agricultural company, they produce banga, where then they export them and all. Coming down to agricultural sector and all, we make sure we work with the farmers then. Through the livestock sector, we work with the farmers in Koinadugu. We work with the one in Musaya, we work with the one in Akambia, the livestock farmers, where they mean cow, goat, and sheep. Nadamik. By the time they left, beef now been 14,000 for pound. Up to yesterday, we had in Kabbalah, beef now 65,000 leon for pound because one, when we get veterinary officers, they go help them people there for treat them cow, for feed them and all other things. When they do crossbreeding, we make cow beef mean cheap. Under agriculture, women they support farmers them with cassava, various cassava slickers 1, 2, 3 up to 6. The one they use for manufacturing process. The one where they eat now make gari now been 5,000 leon for cup, but now gari now 4,000 leon for cup. Under the agricultural sector, because we support the agricultural farmers and for plant manga and do the processing and all, palm oil have been 2,000 leon for pints. Right now, palm oil has 16,000 leon for pints in the market. Under the agricultural sector, we support farmers in Lunge and the Modia section because we know say they get the right soil for plant yabas. They don't begin produce yabas on that side. When they come in, we support farmers them na Koinadugu. Because the topography in Koinadugu is high and the altitude is high, then begin plant arid potato. People are like Haja Sundumara, the paramount chief na Musaya in West. They before that project, they plant arid potato. If they can, we market. Under the agricultural sector, we see Usai we start for supply with local rice. So institutions say when we pass a law, say anything where they do. If now bread and they bake, then pass a law, say at least 10% of the flour for be cassava flour, a local grown flour. So we create market for the farmers under the agricultural sector in the east. We support farmers with a project called Agriculture for Development. Also, we give them seeds for plants, cocoa and coffee. Where they want and they now then the export where you go there and get cooperatives and Shegbema and other places where then they bag them cocoa and press them. We also self-benefit from that. Where you can with the Balmed Agricultural Exporting Company where they work with, where in have been part of when they export the cocoa from Kenema to out of this country under the agricultural sector. We make sure say pepper have been 2,000 leon for cup. As at now, where pepper are 8 to 10,000 leon for cup because we will work with the farmers them. They give them the right seeds and make sure so we create the marketing access for the farmers them. Where we know say the farmers then they get problem. For bring the market come now Freetong and the other places. We institute a project called Linking Farmers to Market whereby trucks them for farmers they will give them where them they use for bring them products them. Come now the city where make sure say down the east the transportation cost for the farmers and under the agricultural sector. We make sure say we hotels them. Normally they buy egg again. Imported egg will not drop, but when this government come, companies like Sierra Aka, where we get poultry for go towards Sumbuya, we get the place na Juwe, where they do meat processing and egg processing, big thing poultry them. And Bible poultry in our Watalo, all the one they don't for dumb because of higher taxes. So how this government don't support agriculture? This government don't successfully put procedures in place for make the agricultural sector fail. So we ask people for vote Dr. Samora Kamara. Let me continue on next trajectory. So let me move Salon go before.
Thank you, Mr. Darami, and thank you to Mr. Pesima. Apparently, you not already respond to the call of to the callers. Them you cannot already respond anymore to waiting you don't see. Now, also we could bring the cutting down of the epic morning show. Thank you.
Breakfast is not for me. Now robot and don't on me. I know say I didn't give up, but relationship not funny. Cause they don't break me heart. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't take it now, I just walk off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't take it now, I just walk off. No more, no more, no more. I feel no pain no more. No pain no more. I just walk off. No more, no more, no more. I feel no pain no more. No pain no more. I don't dead in, no. I'm on ice. I'm just flexing now. Shoot on sight. I don't dead in, no. I'm on ice. I'm just flexing now. Shoot on sight. When I bump up pain, then don't break me heart for no reason. Then don't break. When I bump up pain, then don't break me heart for no reason. For no reason. All these bruises that been left in my heart, I use them not to walk through the dark. How you like me now that I feel no pain, but I'm still in the game? Cause they don't break me heart. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't take it now, I just walk off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't take it now, I just walk off. No more, no more, no more. I feel no pain no more. No pain no more. I just walk off. No more, no more, no more. I feel no pain no more. No pain no more. I don't dead in, no. I'm on ice. I'm just flexing now. Shoot on sight. I don't dead in, no. I'm on ice. I'm just flexing now. Shoot on sight.
Hello, good morning and welcome to Sports Update this Monday morning with me, Mohamed Tobikago, inside Sports Updates this Monday morning. Ahead of Leon Stars versus Nigeria game, another player don't join the injury list for Sierra Leone. Improved Alassane Koroma, the midfielder will be scored one of the goals against Sao Tome in the turning win inside match day 4 on the AFCON qualifiers, go miss the match against Nigeria due to a hamstring problem. Ahead of the Western Area Football Association elections, we don't see plenty names them will don't come up for chairmanship position. But the former Central Paris chairman and now Wilberforce FC winner Noel Houghton the outline in plans for transform the Western Area Football Association ahead of the elective Congress. The Minister of Sport and other government officials been pay or site visits na the renovation of the Shackle Stevens Stadium over the weekend. This comes as a result as the minister being outlined the improvement with the stadium don't take, as finally the stadium will be handed over to the government of Sierra Leone on the 24th of May 2024. This is how we get for local sports inside Sports Updates this Monday morning. Now for some international. Karim Benzema then finally part ways with Real Madrid after a 14 years spell with the All Whites. Karim Benzema left Real Madrid as the most decorated player in the history of the club. Manchester City don't become champions inside the Emirates FA Cup as they closely eye a treble season. According to Pep Guardiola, Manchester City still get one more trophy to fight for as they go play against International in the Champions League final. And finally, Kylian Mbappe don't be the only player in the history of French Ligue 1 for winning 5 straight Golden Boots as the young Paris Saint-Germain player and the French captain done set a new record for himself. But join me at 11 a.m. this morning as we bring to you all the latest around Lyon Stars as the head coach John Kister set for announce the final squad at 12. Mina Mohamed Toby Kagbo, let's say goodbye.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Epic Entertainment Buzz. A wonderful weekend it was. Yes, I'm here again for you the latest of all happenings in entertainment locally and internationally. But first, we'll go international. We know what they happen at the international entertainment industry after where Davido announced say he about for do a music video for in song Feel. This now after where the video of Unavailable will get some hit on social media and fans them they wait for waiting there for happen. And on the side of Burna Boy done shut down over 80,000 capacity London Stadium during a UK tour. So this is something way big for him as in fans and come out on social media for congratulate him. And Davido also in May batch way cost him almost 400 million naira don't finally arrive in Nigeria. This car is something they don't talk about for a very long time. Well, finally the car is in Nigeria and he planned for cruise around Nigeria with fans and loved ones without. And Nigerian artist when Zino Liski don't buy a brand new Ferrari where approximately reports show say it cost him 100 million naira for the Ferrari. Big things them they happen at the entertainment industry, I tell you. And Rima Sef, because of Burna Boy, we shut down the stadium. We see a screenshot of him congratulating Burna Boy concerning waiting happen, and he was like, all right, you know me mentor and this therefore they happen because you always they inspire me. Now to waiting they happen now we look at entertainment industry. One of we rapper and dancehall female musician winner Stazzy don't be nominated among the best of Africa for reggae and dancehall, including Patro Ranking and Stone Boy. Now the Global Music Africa Awards. This is a big win for Sierra Leone, a big win for the entertainment industry, and a big win for everybody when a Sierra Leonean. And lastly, for international entertainment balls, locally, now that we see say Eden Adama Wena, a singer, is expecting a baby. It be share the picture on in social media platform for inform fans them that there is a new era of in life. Now all this I got for you this morning. Join me at 4 p.m. for more entertainment details.
me shop for me quick. I go pay me business license.
Eh? You still dey for this long waka waka? Pass it comot here, boom, for go pay your business license. You don't know say you can pay your business license through Orange Money? It's so easy.
Eh? For true? Tell me more about this.
Better way don't come back through Orange Money. Orange Money don't give you easy way for pay your business license. All you get for do now for dial #144# and press send. Select 3, make payment and press send. Select 5, City Council and press send. Select 3 for Bo City Council. Select 4 for Kenema City Council. Select 5 for Koidu New Sembe City Council and press send. Select 2 business license and press send. Enter amount and press OK. Enter business identification number and press OK. Enter business name and press OK. Confirm your amount and business identification number. Enter your PIN and confirm your payment.
Orange.
Obita, that property tax payments, it don't pass so, and I really need for paying today. But I get important meeting back for Kango, and me I confused right now, man, no lie. How I go able pay this property tax today?
Honey, why you dey worry yourself? You know say you can pay for property tax to Orange Money?
For school? Tell me more.
Better way don't come back through Orange Money. Orange Money give you easy way for pay your business license. All you get for do now, dial #144# and press send. Select 3, make payment and press send. Select 5, City Council and press send. Select 3 for Bo City Council. Select 4 for Kenema City Council. Select 5 for Koidu New Sembe City Council and press send. Select 1 for property tax and press send. Enter amount and press OK. Enter property number and press OK. Enter first name and press OK. Enter second name and press OK. Confirm amount and property number. Enter your PIN and confirm your payment.
Orange.
I hope that our visitors would listen to this song carefully, because it's true. They're trying their best to stop our progress with bad propaganda. I mean the foreign press. Bad things are blown out of proportion and spread all around. But the good things of the island they will never mention. Like our scholars have sit and passed every test. There's nothing about that in the foreign press. You know our music is rated amongst the best. There's nothing about that in the foreign press.
Okay, good morning once again and welcome to the Epic Morning Show. Now we get the newspaper review, and with me, Nayaso, get the Starterlight newspaper. And on the front page of the Starterlight newspaper, as he launches Blueprint Manifesto, Mohammed Gento makes huge commitment. And as indigenes take final decision, Kono District snobs APC. Orange Sierra Leone updates media on operation.
The very first newspaper where I get with me this morning at the Concord Times newspaper, where the banner headline they read say we want peaceful elections, and that one day the quote President Bio tell supporters. Now all this day on Concord Times newspaper this morning.
And on A to Z newspaper, no runoff campaign trail, Bond District declares full-fledged support for President Bio. And linking agricultural communities, SLPP flag bearer turns sword for Matu Johnson and bridge construction. And APC snobs Sam Sumana, Diana Konomani paves way for SLPP Kono victory.
The next newspaper with me this morning are the exclusive newspaper where the banner headline they read say 20 days to election. President Madabio on Operation No Runoff. Samura Kamara says just give me 5 years. Another big red goes green. Gentle dream for Freetown. ECSL assures reunions. Now all this day on the exclusive newspaper this morning.
And on Standard Times newspaper, microcredit, empowerment, and water, Gento set to address. And emeritus status, Professor Sheikh Umar Kamara honored. Zenith Bank remains strong and well capitalized. These are the headlines on Standard Times.
Well, the last newspaper out to me this morning at the Awareness Times newspaper, where the banner headline they read say SLPP, Fatima and CDP campaign as won in Kono. Commonwealth is grateful to form Nigerian VP for leading election observers to Sierra Leone all this day on the Awareness Times newspaper this morning.
And finally, here with me is Awoko newspaper. The big NPDC presidential debate coming soon. And you get the picture of President's Bio and Dr. Samura Machi Wilson Kamara. And EcoBank Save and Withdraw converts skeptics into believers. President Bio turns third for Matrujong Bridge, and Zenith Bank Sierra Leone holds 15th AGM. NP brings in 23,000 metric tons of diesel products. These are the headlines on our core newspaper. Now this morning, we talk to Ahmed Nasrallah, we are the president. We talk to Nanette Thomas, we are former minister under the All People's Congress. Now, sometime last week, viewers and listeners go remember say some audios be they make the rounds. Usai, it was alleged that me and Madam Thomas make some tribal statements them declaring that Freetown not just for the Creoles them and country people them not get any stake na Freetown na yaso, and if they want to contest they should go back to their villages. We day on the line now with me, Madam Thomas. Good morning, Madam Thomas. Welcome to Epic Radio.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, yes. I believe you already done the introduction where I say, and I feel you could only follow with social media comments them. Which you want for say in line with that?
Well, in the first instance, people misunderstand what I try to say. People them misconstrue my statements. They take them out of context.
Okay.
What me they try to say is that Yvonne Akisoya na woman, and we don't see the amount of work we Yvonne don't do. So make we give them another chance, and we re-elect them for be the next mayor of Freetown. Yes, I agree. I say, Gento not get any business for can run for mayor of Freetown. Make it come and let can support Yvonne Akisoya. Gento na businessman. Gento na my friend. Na businessman. Make can support Yvonne Akisoya. But people not really understand waiting I've been try to tell them. Yes, I say let Gento na Limba, let it go upline, let it go make it go contest day. Because me, Nanette Thomas, if I go na Kenema for say I want to run for mayor day, they're not going to give me. Waiting do because of my name, Nanette Thomas. But somebody go can a Freetown, we come upline. He can't born in a Freetown there, but he go to Kenema because he gets that name. When a Kenema name or any name, then go allow him. So if that's not the case, make them allow we the Creoles them, because that's the only thing this all gets for being mayor of Freetown. And apart from that, the 30% where President Bio they talk about woman, let them give Yvonne Akisoya. Make it continue in job. So as I say, look, most me close associates them, they all come out upline. When I say close, me very, very close associates them. They're all from up country. In fact, some of them, can they call me slave? But you can have, slave, can you? We take a make fun. The video I've been tell Bobo for say, come on here, you na minde. Na me OCD. Me driver. Na minde. So make people not blow them out of proportion. I see somebody, what's this lady named Rachel Honor? They go right on Facebook, I'm a rebel, and all of them. Let we all know, say, there is life after these elections.
Yes, in line with that particular point, the being that there is life after elections, you know, few say elections should be based on competence and waiting the individual able for do,
Absolutely.
and you not get for do anything with stripe. So you not feel say making a statement that mayoral seat in Freetown is only meant for the Creoles in itself. Is a statement where it's tribalistic. Look at it anyhow.
Mr. Interviewer, you
Yes,
just hit the nail on the head. You say elections are based on competence. You want to tell me, say, Yvonne Akisoya are not competent?
Well, that is for the people to decide.
Well, the people that already know that, then they talk them. And the people will decide come June 24. The people will decide once the election is going to be free and fair. The people will decide come June 24 that Yvonne Akisoya is the most competent person. And me and Nanette Thomas, they go all out for vote for Yvonne Akisoya with the last drop of my blood, so at least he go win the elections.
Okay, Madam Thomas, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me, and I'm available at any time.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, then be Madam Nanette Thomas. They talk about the audio where they make rounds on social media. It was alleged that he makes some tribal statements them against country people them within a free tongue. However, back to the studios and back to the newspapers. Mr. Vandy, so with me now, so I get, as he launches Blueprint Manifesto, Mohammed Gento makes huge commitment. Now, once something we done, they go around, you get, it's kind of like a wave. The campaign don't take like a different turn now, going to different communities and making statements them. What's your take on that?
Yeah, firstly, good morning, Sierra Leoneans and viewers and listeners as well. It's good that the platform don't they open for political people for let them get their rights and opportunity as well for be voted for or for stand in any available position where then things say then go able for be elected in. Away from that, I just want to touch on a little bit with regards the rhetorics around the country where you get for do with tribe, they get for do with religion. I'm happy that Mami Nanette don't come out for clear the air or as to waiting it be mean. Because these are crucial times. Some of the times when you speak on public forum, you get for be very, very clear as to what you talk. Because if not, you get for be taken out of context. And we know what it mean when we get religion or we get tribe them for go against tribe or religion for go against religion. So therefore we caution everybody where you go on public forum for go talk, even in the private space. Now the world done digital that even if you didn't corner you talk 10 chances to 1 you go, I mean your voice go viral. So with regards then the Gento they on in work and as well Mami Akisoya herself they on in work and which is very good for them for let able for market themselves because this is not the right time, just few weeks to elections and we feel say then get the platform, then get the type of space where they need for able for move around to the people as well for solve that issues then the way them feel say the country don't they go through for quite a long time. Say for example, just day before yesterday, Saturday, there was a mayoral debate competition where them been get, where we been see different people and been go for talk on some of the manifestos, some of the promises them we didn't get, and some of the things that we them feel say then go able for Ferus to for talk to the people and for let them able for synergy with them for let them vote for them. That was very good. So now some of them can platform them, they are what they expect. Possibly for can TINAP say one disposition, if you're able for defending self, if you're able for tell you waiting a get for do in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, in the first 3 months, waiting a get for do and how a get for do.
Yeah, and even today as well, there is a town hall engagement where they be organized by the student union body. Frabi College, where then they get Mohammed Gento Kamara as a guest speaker, and subsequently as well then forget Yvonne Akisoya as a guest speaker too. I feel them platforms then they very good as it creates the avenue for the politicians them discuss ideas rather than all of them other political sentiments them. Help the people them for vote based on reason. Now, on the phone we get Ahmed Nasrallah, we are the president for the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists. Now, Sludge, they observe them 52nd birthday with the official launch of the Media We Want, a manifesto for an empowered and inclusive media in Sierra Leone. Monk, good morning and welcome to the studios this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Good morning, listeners.
Yes, 52nd anniversary is quite a milestone. The association don't come out, it don't pass through a lot, and we don't reach now this. We don't reach now this particular stage. I just want to let you talk a bit on the Media We Want, waiting it about.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Well, this 52nd birthday, we observe with some mixed feelings. One, we recently lost, we last found a member of Sludge, Mrs. Bernadette Cole, who one of the the pioneer for the development of the mass communication program at Public College, and all of we did practice now. Most of we go through we lost some recently. Pray that God will give them eternal rest. Then the other aspect of them, we observe this second party today, like you say, with the launch of this manifesto. One of the first things that would happen by the media now for the first time, that we get a manifesto we'll put together, we'll informed by consultations with journalists across the country and media stakeholders them. We plan together to say this is not the manifesto we want for the media. This is not what we want for the media. We don't say this is now an election year, and we get political parties then with the contest, candidates in the contest, and they separate a manifesto that we don't put together. Usually they can get a section for the media, what they don't have to do for the media. But they manifesto, they're not informed by consultation with the media. And they consult the media stakeholders themselves to see what their needs and challenges them, and what their aspirations them, before they bring the manifesto. So we can say, okay, this is now an opportunity for we. Now we self as media, now we come together. Now look at what we want for we self. What we see, what we want to achieve. Now take stock of what we don't achieve over the last 5 years. And now we see what we do for improve them, for consolidate and improve them. So basically, that's this manifesto.
Okay.
The manifesto that we want, an inclusive and empowered media.
Sure. I believe that is something where every journalist they look forward to. And importantly now, just in a matter of weeks, Sierra Leone go gets the elections. How much or waiting Sludge they do for ensure say encourage in members them for provide equal and fair and a balanced platform to members across the political divide, and for ensure say we as journalists them hold we safe at a standard way we go able for do equity to the work where we do.
Yes, we continue for appeal to journalism. We do a lot to ensure say we position the media in a way that we take center stage by these elections, and we serve as the one that would set the agenda for the politicians, so that they will discuss the issues that will really matter to the country and to the country in development, and also and so say we make sure that people can get access to credible and accurate information around the elections.
Okay.
And so we don't conduct several trainings, and we still get to do trainings up to the last week of the elections. We continue to do trainings, and we get plenty of trainings that we don't do across the country for empower journalism and capacitate them so that they will be in a position for be impartial and non-partisan and professional in the reporting.
Okay.
It's very difficult. We know it's very difficult right now because we see a trend of we will not encourage at all. We will see so many journalists then they try to identify with political parties them and candidates them. But that make we do the training them and tell them say as a journalist you get a mission. Your mission now for serve the public interest. Your mission now for make sure say you provide accurate and balanced and fair information to the public for helping them for making informed decisions.
Okay.
So, and we also don't put together platforms them who they ensure say we're able to check and information around the election so that we give people the correct information about the elections. And so those are the things that we do right now. The responsibility now left to the journalists.
Okay, because thank you.
You also say when I get the responsibility in election like this, you get huge responsibility.
Okay.
To make sure say you help for sensitize the voters, help for people and get access to the information we they need for participate in the democratic process.
Okay, thank you very much. That na Ahmed Nasrallah, we are the president of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists. We dey talk on as they celebrating 52nd birthday, and this time with a manifesto actually on the media we want. We encompass things them the media want for itself, not to just allowing politicians to decide what is good for the media. That's, of course, a very good thing. Anyways, that's that. Now, back to the papers, Vandy. There's a very interesting headline on A to Z newspaper. APC snobs Sam Sumana and Diana Konomani, thus paving the way for SLPP Kono victory. Now, Kono na one central district when it comes to elections in Sierra Leone. Often it has been looked at as like the deciding factor. With the trend of things now, of course, the SLPP don't make a lot of inroads now. You have members of the C4C, members of parliament, including the one who was the leader of the members of parliamentarians, yes, for C4C declaring for the SLPP. What are the odds? What do you think the odds are for the APC and the SLPP? Because come what may, both political parties need to get a win, Nakono.
Yes, definitely. Before the parliament, or the very day where the parliament closed with suicide, C4C, the leader for C4C in a parliament, in Emerson Salamina, we declare for SLPP, and same way so with two other political figures, then same way so then at the C4C party. And we don't the suicide president for the past 5 years, one survey don't make in second home way all the time you feel say the visits na Kono. All the time they Kono. In as much as Kono is very important, like any other place, important as well. Kono na one place where they play decisive role in politics. Kono can always they talk saying at the Ohio State in America where they decide. So whenever you I mean anticipatorily you they listen for let you get waiting they come up from Kono. Kono they do decisive movements them where anytime they announce Kono result, outside and link likely can be win. Plenty of people go tell you say, oh Kono na SLPP gone, but Kono no belong to any political party. That I can tell you on top of my head. Anybody will give them attention. Now that person they get attention. And if you look, the first lady come out at that place there and Kono and it don't they go there often. It don't they go there for talk to them. It don't they campaign and most of the time in husband the president Kindidi na Kono for see how best and cable for galvanize. So I feel say Kono is open to anybody way I mean a political person way able for camp for preach a message things them way they want to do. Say for example now we see inside the ruling government they do university for the Kono people and they talk about roads and they talk about light. Where perhaps if you get an interview with them they will tell you so this for quite a long time we don't get them over the years. So Kono is very important.
Okay. Subsequently we of course go discuss about the two political giants them, I mean, say what you may, I mean, give them their crown. Nakono winner, the former vice president, Sam Sumana, and a former minister, Diana Konomani. It is very much clear that in recent times they're missing the political action field, especially on the side of the APC, because if the APC is going to make headways in Kono, you need the likes of the Diana Konomani and the Sam Sumana throwing their weight behind the candidates. However, that is something we definitely can discuss. Viewers and listeners, go call now on 079-994-993 for audio voice to all of the things that we don't discuss now so this morning, ranging from the discussion on agriculture and now the paper reviews. We get with very first caller. Good morning, you name and who call from?
Good morning. Ibrahim from Matalu.
Okay, Ibrahim from Matalu. Go ahead.
Question number one.
Please go ahead.
I want to know, like, if now, therefore, the announce the provisional results then. So, have the evidence, provisional results.
Okay, thank you very much. As long as there is no prohibition with regards announcing provisional results, Epic Radio Denayasu for provide you with credible and reliable news. Be rest assured about that. Good morning, your name and who call from?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Sammy. I'm just concerned about the two panelists they will be in the panel.
Okay.
Man and SLPP man. We just want to tell the SLPP man the campaign was still and go to CD inside the 2018 election. They never do nothing like that. So, na totally failure to the inside. I don't know comment.
Okay, thank you. 079994993 na the number where you go call for add your voice to the program this morning. Good morning, in name and who call from?
Yeah, good morning. Ali Dumbuya, na the east part of Freetown.
Yes, Mr. Ali.
I think I want to take the issue of Nana, the Mami Nana Thomas.
Okay.
Gentle. I think Gentle, to be honest with you, it's unfortunate for him for go take SLPP party card for be a politician. It's unfortunate. Now, Sierra Leonean who for one think very well, like I will always be the follow the lips of the SLPP when they be there as opposition. They say Ernest Goma, the former president, they use Gentle for destroy, for corrupt this country money with cosmetic job, then go can investigate and then go jail them. Today, then come into governance, then take Gentle, then they can present her to we say an angel. We know they pan tribalism. Gentle na me tribesman, na me regional man, but to be honest with you, I will compare against us, so they will vote for Creole because to me, we don't take everything the Creole, this one law left and give them. Ali Dumbuya go say, we stand firm with the Creoles as a country for let us enjoy this position.
Thank you. 079994993 na the number where you go call for add your voice to the discussion this morning. There are a range of issues them day where we don't touch on this morning, and you can call and add your voice to any. Good morning, in name and who side call from? Hello, good morning, in name and who side call from?
Yeah, I mean Patrick.
Yes.
I call from Sakila.
Okay.
Well, I want to talk about agriculture. I remember I go work under the city. We do on agriculture activity. And go find out to actually go around, find out to a large portion of the people who are embarked in agriculture are older people. Why they use them left the people there? And they not to the right, the smoke. How will we go for develop this so-called agriculture when our mindset is not fixed on agriculture? We the people, we mindset of it.
Okay.
And also, they talk also on tribalism. Tribalism, let's forget it. Who wants to develop is what we are going to vote for.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. 079994993 na the number where you go call for add your voice to the program this morning. Like I say earlier, there are a range of issues them where you can comment on. Good morning, your name and who say they call from?
Hello, good morning. I'm named Kai at the station.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, my comment it just sound like a crab. That and work crab check another and then they kill crab. The people neglect Kono entirely. And as a Kono man, I believe the Kono they be the decisive district for this election. By the grace of God. Concerning to Ali Dumbuya, not like in Warden. Because we not say in politics for now, we like somebody where they can do development, not to plenty talk because now I born, now the regions were born, or now Easter you born, no.
Okay, thank you.
Can bring development.
Thank you very much. 079994993 na the number where you go call for add your voice to the discussion this morning. Good morning, your name and who side you call from?
Good morning, Mr. Panali. Good morning, Mr. Announcer.
Okay. Go ahead.
Lambert from CRS Classes.
Yes, Mr. Lambert.
Now we come to this agriculture. We want me various call the agriculture and do whatever develop agriculture. Then we tell Minister of Youth, when I buy Mahmoud, if any banker sick, they put themselves. We be the Ministry of Youth under agriculture. Under 11 years, let us show who side them plant. What single seed rest to the people. The law can I to gentle with Avon. Sierra Leoneans left tribalism. And don't mean say the quarter man or whatsoever or this. That man get determined to this country for develop this country and cleaning one. What the country don't see? Don't look in megaphones the way they cause noise now. We all landed at the mayor in on side for do that. They make them because of parties in business. And don't forget about that. Mayor, the only way, come and ask, forget about A, forget about P. Do for Sierra Leoneans there. So do Sierra Leoneans there. Let we cast we vote for Gentle under 2023 for Freetown mayorship. For
Thank
Sierra
you.
Leone clean up. God bless you.
Thank you. 079994993 na the number where you go call for add your voice to the discussion this morning. This morning on the show, we don't talk about the APC and the SLPP manifesto. Which one is sustainable enough for guarantee food sufficiency in a saloon? Hello, good morning. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, good morning. Ajazi, the Teke Rider.
Okay, please go ahead.
I ultimately try for some. This country, if you not forget about this tribal and regional business, saloon in Rwanda before now by God the power. The saloon you see, people are not get this country attacked. Wallahi, as well to know the hypocrite in 19 this nation. People are not get this country attacked because of religion, tribe, and party. Like Indian puts before, then they left the country here. This man, what he is totally, entirely wrong. The man is wrong. The constitution not tell us to say, first like you do the number for good for it. They not tell us so. It's like we saw a born in court, get the right. Nobody support the Gentle. Or say this one, I said we need a support on our APC. And what did the man do so? Because for the job don't come, we apologize to the people and say, Mr. Look, people, they don't come at the and I just add so. Why they got it? People, some people, they will not push social media and they don't know. But just because of this man, he talk, say, if you not Mende or you not Fula go offline, let's go stand there. You don't tell her that what. If you want to educate, now they all mislead people in that.
Okay, thank you very much. 079994993 na the number where you go call for add your voice to the discussion this morning. Please wait the call and sure say you keep your comments or statements under 1 minute. Good morning, your name and who side you call from?
Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Yes, your name and who side you call from?
My name, I'm Abubakar Conte,
Okay.
ABK. So I didn't by tree planting. What me they try to say about this mayorship? Mayor is the all we would know from Shakatili title now. None ever in development.
Okay, apparently we lost the particular caller ID 079-994-996-993, sorry, not the number where you could call for the voice of the program this morning. Good morning, your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Jallo from Grafton.
Yes, Mr. Jallo.
What do you mean the people the way they condemn Gentle? Yes, all my like gets interest, but let them check. The crew they don't get this country for over almost years. What did they able point and pass say and that the country don't find where the criminal don't hold this power. I keep some people go. It's valid. The alpha friend they can the kind of to the partners. What is that one done? So that my get all things for cleaning this country. For me, I believe Gentle. Now I believe say a person they vote for party business, someone will vote for Gentle for let the country go before.
Okay, thank you. You listen to the Epic Morning Show. And good morning. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
This is Anam Sadikal from Central.
Please go ahead.
Thanks very much for this good program. One thing we say some people and they keep land book, but if you pay your fortunate statement them, they give them one who go school bad name. We don't have to discourage this tribe rhetoric. Now this country. This Nanette lady in statement very unfortunate. It won't fine tune them, but for very unfortunate, it's clear. This, there are no constitution for take Creole. Now they get free tone. Now they no more for contest now. No constitution will tell you that one day. Check even the blessed memory. Not to Creole man. They don't be very on a free tone. So man, check the history. So let that one day come on in touch totally entirely. And if you check between Gentle and Akisoya, for betterment of the city, possible get developmentally oriented, get to the far above them, for do something for later better. Look at me, brother, be tell you, my brother. But this freedom is done because the noisiest city, like this wall. But megaphone the pass under, box the pass under. This, you get bylaws in this town. You get laws that will govern, where you get public nuisance laws in this town. Where the mayor no effect at all. Now even put a get megaphone. Bega get megaphone no loud, waka.
Okay, thank you very much.
Solo vote gentle better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
07999949993. Now the number where you go call for add your voice to the program this morning. Good morning, you name and who side you call from?
Yeah, this is Randy the call from Western.
Yes, Randy, go ahead.
I want to say the noise at the freedom at the city, right? Now the government is responsible. Because poverty day and that man no one go thief, so he decide for holding megaphone to get anyone 1 cent. Now the government calls the noise at the city. Because people are for the work, but work no day. You know many people are pull na London mining in Africa mining will be the operator people they get. When the government come, he close all things. Not the story noise at the city, not the government. Not so Akiswaya. They sell people and go sell. So if they sell, for let them get their own. I don't think a person in business, they don't go thief. Let the politician know that they thief we.
Okay, thank you very much. 07999949993 now the number where you go call for add your voice to the program this morning. Good morning, your name and who side you call from?
Yes, good morning.
Your name and who side you call
Alusain
from?
Kamara.
Yes, Alusain Kamara.
I just want for about guests concerning body. JJ Safa, the message we give to we see after the vote Madam Bureau, 3 months, they will make the country change back. And at the same time, we don't tell we say, I'll record 3 people and not going for change the economy. Now we will tell we say 3 months. So we say the one for put we, or say we the cigarette and then we food, you know. It's not a matter of go campaign. Now we talk. We don't tell me say we are not going for the bread and butter. Now we say 3 months. Have we kept the wicked we? No.
Okay.
And the past government we don't put laws here. Any motor already passed by 43 or 18. They blow on by law court. The fuller. Right? I don't believe it's a problem.
Okay.
It's not the government get the blame.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes.
Vandy, let's get back to the newspaper. There's an interesting thing here. The WFP Quarterly Market Bulletin, where they provide a summary of recent macroeconomic developments and commodity price trend them na saloon. It's interesting because the price of cassava leaves and potato leaves don't change and don't reach 150% across all districts. You just get a few breakdown where I find very, very much interesting. For example, rice when are the staple food na saloon compared to 12 months before. Now, locally produced rice na so don't increase, the price of don't increase by 23%. And whereas imported rice, the price of don't increase by 32%. And the list goes on for all of the things them. And that's the point when we talk about agriculture. And these are the things where we talk about the economic value.
So this is not the same reason we make we draw the attention of duty bearers them and people away supposed to take responsibility when it comes, especially the government, because if the local produce them where they get, like we mentioned, they talk about cassava leaf, they talk about potato leaf, and same way, so even the walrus way they get here, so when you go to the market, they on the high. So waiting at some of the reasons there, so now this make we they bring them kind of discussion here to people them, let them able for just oppose, let them able for put things together and evaluate between the two political parties them, the manifesto they wouldn't get and the plans they wouldn't get for the people. Because if you go to the market, I know yes, things are difficult, things are hard, but you go meet local produce them who they get now. When a potato leaf thing we go say you plant it behind your backyard, expensive. You will get them 4,500, you will get them 700, and all that thing in there. So it make them very difficult for you for adapt, for make it difficult for you for able to sustain yourself when it comes to then food stuff then they, because if you get rice they 7 leon for cup, 6 leon for cup, and you get them for the bag 600, 700, it make it very difficult for you. So it begs for ask the question, who side will they go? Because if then kind thing they are, I just remember the late president, Pakabaisela will get backyard. So I believe say some of we as citizens, even for take the conscious efforts for see how best we're able for get things in our backyard. If you get your pepper, you get your cassava leaf, you get your potato leaf, and don't feel say you go for go buy them. So this it beholds everybody as citizens. Follow we go back to them what then they we Pakababi don't talk. And same way, so even waiting President Biobi don't talk, say the ministers them for go to farm. Not only the ministers them, even other people themselves for go to farm locally. Go na your farm or go back of your yard and see how best you go plant things in there.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you know the reason why I come up with this particular point, because it's important, because when you talk about cassava leaf and potato leaf, now something where almost every Sierra Leonean is interested in. I am interested in that, I believe.
Sure.
Most of we listeners them and viewers them as well.
Mostly consumer.
Yes, and coming down when you all of the big terms, the food chain, the macroeconomic, and all of dandy. If you know reflects down to the price of cassava leaf, where person they go buy for it, or potato leaf where they go buy for it, or pamine, or walares, or things like that, then the people them don't they not really able to fulfill the change and the developments. No, not and they talk about the trickle down effects and all of which it's significant. That's something we're very important. Anyways, don't mind me, I like cassava leaf so much, so anything I see cassava leaf, it's a cause for concern for me. Listeners and viewers, una plenty thank you for all the one them we don't call now the program this morning. Thank you very much. And I also would decide to bring the cutting down of today's program. Don't forget for always tune in to Epic Radio 99.3 FM, and we also do live on Sleek TV till we meet tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning. Me we don't bring the program to now. Me your name na James Fortune. Tata.
In a world where brands, businesses are struggling